morning.
So good morning, all of you. All of you, please take out your book on page number 50, 50. Okay, on page number 50. So yesterday I showed you the incense stick activity. So what is an incense stick? I told you yesterday.
Ma'am, agarbatti.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Agarbatti
agarbatti.
is incense
Ma'am,
stick and
agarbatti.
we light it. So which kind of change is that? Okay, I understood. Is it reversible or irreversible change?
Ma'am, irreversible.
Ma'am,
Irreversible change.
Is
Irreversible change.
so
Ma'am,
the formation of the new substance and the
irreversible.
substance that is formed is as
Irreversible change. Chemical change.
oh, okay, fine, fine. Please don't speak together now. Okay, if you want to speak, only raise hands. Only raise hands. I will tell who will unmute. Because otherwise there is so much of chaos like this, then we do not understand anything. Okay. Okay, then after that, see the second paragraph. Now the last part is that we are studying what? We are studying the changes, means how do the changes take place around us. We have studied different methods, that there are reversible changes, irreversible changes, and we have studied some method also that we can bring changes by expansion, contraction, melting, freezing. Okay, so the last part of the chapter is that we can, uh, sir, please mute yourself. There is a disturbance. Okay, so the last part is that we can also bring changes by mixing two things together. So the activity which is given here is dissolving salt in the water. Now you tell me that when we dissolve salt in the water, so which kind of change is that? Is it reversible or irreversible?
Irreversible change.
Yes, can you explain how is it reversible? Okay, Bhanvi. Yes, Bhanvi.
Ma'am, because we cannot put salt again into.
Okay, you are saying it is an irreversible change.
Ma'am, yes.
No, it is not irreversible change. It is a reversible change. Yes, when
In the sea.
when you dissolve salt in the water, there is no any new substance that is formed. Okay, only the salt is mixing with the water, but there is a process by which we can get back that salt again. If you heat it, if you boil that water, so when all the water will be converted into vapor, so what will be left behind? You can do that at home also. I'm not at home today, otherwise I would have shown you. Okay, so just take one glass. I have the glass, but I don't have water. Okay, so take one glass and then put some salt in that, and then you mix it. Okay, glass, then put water in that and put 1 teaspoon of salt in that. You mix it. Okay, then you mix it. You will see that the salt will be dissolved in the water, but that change is a physical change because there is any new substance that is formed. Okay, and we can get back that salt which is dissolved in the water if you will heat it. So then you take out that water mixed with salt into a pan and then you heat it on the gas. You let all the water evaporate. So when all the water will be evaporated, you will see a white coating that will be left in the pan behind. So that white coating, white powdered substance that will be left behind will be the salt or the sugar, if you use sugar. Okay, so this is also a method. By mixing two substances together, we can bring a change. Clear? So now you noted that dissolving salt or sugar in water is a physical change and it can be reversed. We can get back the salt or the sugar back. Okay, clear? Now don't say that it is an irreversible change. It is a reversible change. You can do it at home. It is very simple to do. Just take one glass, put some water, put salt in that, 1 teaspoon, and don't put so much of salt. Okay, because that we will study in the next chapter. The one chapter is there, so there you will come to know that there is a limit of the water, how much you take, and how much salt you should take. It is not like that you will keep on adding salt and it will keep on dissolving. There is a limit to it. So that is a different concept. But just take one glass of water, put 1 spoon of salt in that, dissolve it, and then you keep it in the shift it into the pan and heat it on the gas. You will see when all the water, let all the water evaporate. When all the water will be evaporated, you will be left behind with the salt that you put in the water previously. Okay, so that is the way we can get back it. So in chapter 4 we dissolved salt in water. Do you think a change occurred in salt or in water? There is no change, only the two substances are mixed, but then we are not getting any new substance, only the substances. And we can, if we can get back the substances back, that means it is a reversible change and a physical change. So is it possible to reverse this change? Yes, I told you how. So wait, in chapter 5 we learned how to separate salt from its solution in water. So can we say that the change due to dissolving salt water be reversed? Yes, it can be reversed by boiling it. Paheli asks if you have ever seen curd being set. I told you last time if anybody knows the formation of curd from the milk. Okay. That is also a simple one. Simran, please mute yourself. Okay. Yes, Parneet. Can you just recapitulate the process of making curd from the milk? How would you do it?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning. Be quick.
Ma'am, first we hot the milk, then we put
We
two
do not
spoons of
have
curd
to
into.
heat the milk. We heat the milk, but we do not have to boil it. Okay, just warm milk. We need warm milk. Yes. Then
Then we put two spoons. Then we put 2 spoons of curd into it, and
yes,
we cover it properly and keep it overnight. Then a type of bacteria made the curd, and when
yes,
opened in the morning, from curd is
yes.
milk from curd is made from the milk.
So yes, I told you that there is a bacteria which helps in the formation of curd. So can this change be reversed? Can you again get back milk from the curd?
May I?
Ma'am,
Himonis,
no.
yes.
Ma'am, no.
No, we cannot bring it back because that is a chemical change. Because we are getting a new substance from the milk. We are getting curd, that is a new substance, so it cannot be reversed again. So we find that a few ways to bring about a change in a substance could be by heating it, by mixing it with some other substance. We also find that some changes can be reversed, but while some others cannot be reversed. So there must be many other ways of changing things around us. It is possible that some of them could be reversed. Thus, changes around us could be grouped as those that can be reversed or cannot be reversed. So that was all about your chapter, that some changes can be reversed and some cannot be reversed. So we can group them according to their properties. So in your higher classes, you will study more, you will learn more about the ways in which changes can be made and the ways these can be grouped. Okay, so now other than this, there are two more terms which you should know. Okay, we have done reversible and irreversible changes, physical and chemical changes. Okay, and I told you that by mixing two substances also we can bring the change. Now there is one more thing, that periodic and non-periodic changes. So what are periodic and non-periodic changes? Can anyone tell? Periodic change. Anyone? What do you understand by periodic change? No one? Okay. So let me explain you. So what is a periodic change? So we are going to study two changes. periodic and non-periodic changes. Clear? So periodic changes are the changes which occur at fixed interval of time or regular interval of time. Occur at regular interval of time. Okay, the changes which occur at regular interval of time means we can predict those changes. Like, you know, that now it is a daytime and then evening will come and then night will come. So formation of day and night is which type of change? It is a periodic change. Okay, changing of the seasons, summer, winter, autumn, spring. So we know that which season will come after which. Okay, means their occurrence can be predicted. So those are known as periodic changes which occur at regular interval of time, means they will happen at regular interval of time and their occurrence can be predicted. We can predict them, that now we know that after day night will come. So formation of day and night, and then changing of the seasons, rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth. So these are the changes which occur regularly at regular interval of time, and these are known as periodic changes. Now can you tell the opposite of periodic changes? Very simple. Non-periodic changes. What are non-periodic changes? Anyone can try. Gunpreet, yes. It is just the
Ma'am, the
opposite
changes,
of. Yes.
ma'am, the changes that do not occur at regular interval of time.
Very good. The opposite of periodic is non-periodic. The changes that do not occur at regular interval of time are known as non-periodic changes, and their occurrence cannot be predicted. Example can you give? Can anyone give an example of non-periodic change? Yes, Astik.
Ma'am, tsunami,
Very
earthquakes,
good. Yes.
and
Earthquake.
cyclone.
Yes. So non-periodic changes, just add do not
Ma'am,
occur at regular interval of time. Interval of time. Okay. Examples are tsunamis, earthquakes, floods. So these are all non-periodic changes which do not occur at regular interval of time. Clear? So one more category I have told you, that is periodic and non-periodic changes. There is one more category of changes, that is desirable and undesirable changes. So what are those now? Desirable changes. So what are desirable changes? If you know the meaning of the word desirable, you will be able to understand. Does anyone know the meaning of the word desirable? Desirable changes means which we want them to happen. Okay? The desirable changes are the changes, you can say, the changes that we want them to take place. We want them to take place. And it produces good results. Now can you tell me, desirable changes means the changes that we want them to take place which are desirable and they produce good results. Okay, produce good results means, can anyone give the example? Now see, ripening of the fruits. Okay, we want them to take place ना, हम चाहते हैं कि fruits पक जाएं, ripening of the fruits, germination of the seed, then milk curd formation. So these are the changes, we can group them under desirable changes. Desirable changes means which we want them to take place and they produce good result. Okay, whereas undesirable changes, now you can tell me the opposite of this. Undesirable changes, anyone can try? Yes, who is? Mannat Chopra, yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, yes, tell.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, yes, tell.
Desirable changes, such non-desirable changes are those changes which we do not want to take places.
Yes, take places, they take place. So the changes
Place.
that we do not want them to take place. हम नहीं चाहते हैं कि वो changes हो. That are undesirable changes and they produce harmful effects. They do not produce good results. Can you give an example, anyone? Yes, Karman.
Ma'am, floods.
Yes, very good. Floods,
Ma'am,
earthquakes.
earthquakes.
May I?
Ma'am, volcanic eruption.
Very good.
May
And
I?
falling of
Accidents.
Ma'am, tsunami.
yes, tsunami, flood. So earthquakes, natural,
Drought.
all the natural disasters
Accident.
are, yes, accidents, very good. All the
Ma'am,
natural
drought.
disasters or the unwanted happenings are the undesirable changes. Okay, that
Ma'am,
produce
drought.
effects. So that are known as undesirable changes. Clear? So I have told you
Ma'am,
two more
drought.
categories, that is periodic and non-periodic changes and desirable and undesirable changes. So with this, your chapter is complete. We are left with 3 questions now to discuss. Okay, we have to discuss 3 questions. We have discussed first, second, third, fourth. So yesterday ma'am has discussed fifth, sixth and seventh question. So again I'm going to discuss because even I want to know if you have understood or not. So fifth question, who will read out? Okay, Manpreet, 6 pink 2. Yes, read the fifth question.
Give examples to explain the difference between changes that can or cannot be reversed.
Yes, so how will you do it?
Some examples of reversible changes: melting of ice, knitting of sweater,
Okay.
drying of clothes,
Fine.
heating of milk.
Okay, wait. So see, you are giving examples only, but the question is what? Question is, we have to explain the differences between reversible and irreversible changes by giving example.
May I?
First, tell me what are reversible and irreversible changes? Yes, who can try?
In
Ma'am,
such
may
cases,
Yes,
so that
May I?
Akshara.
Ma'am, may I?
Akshara.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
Reversible changes are that changes that can be again reversed are called reversible changes, and irreversible changes that cannot be reversed again are called irreversible changes.
Fine. Okay. So see, you will make 2 columns in this question. Okay. So I will give you the hints for question number 5 and 6, but question number 7 you will do on your own. Okay. So earlier also I told you that the second question you will do yourself and I gave you the hint of first and fourth. Now again I will give the hints of question number 5 and 6, and question number 7 you will do on your own. Okay, so now see the in the fifth answer how you have to do it. You have to make 2 columns, one side reversible and the other side irreversible. So first you have to write about reversible, that the material can be brought back to their original shape, okay, to their original form, and irreversible, it cannot be reversed. And reversible, see, if you take the example of melting of ice. Okay, so melting of ice is a reversible change and it is a temporary change. Okay, reversible changes are temporary changes. What do you mean by temporary? Temporary means they are not means long lasting. Okay, they will not survive for the long time, so they are temporary changes that only take place for some time. So melting of ice example, it is a temporary change because we can again freeze the ice by freezing it. Okay, and in irreversible change, for example, burning of paper is a permanent change. So irreversible changes are the permanent changes. Burning of paper is a permanent change, and we cannot get back the paper again once it is burnt. So you have to give example, but you have to explain the differences also between reversible and irreversible changes. Okay, so three points you will write under this. So I'll provide the hints of this question. So this is how you have to write. Then sixth question, who will read? Sixth question, who will read? Just wait. Okay. Yes, Harikesh will read the sixth question. Yes, Harikesh, read.
A thick coating of paste of plaster of Paris is applied over the bandage on a fractured bone. It becomes hard on drying to keep the fractured bone immobilizing. Can the change POP be reversed?
Okay. And who will tell the answer?
Ma'am, may I?
Okay, Simran. Simran, you have told earlier also, no? Anyone else?
Ma'am, may I?
Those who are not raising hands, why are they not raising hands?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, may
may I?
I?
Just wait. I will pick up someone else. Yes, Bani Gaba. Roll number 39, 6 pink. Only these students are every time raising hands. Manat, Manpreet, Simran, Paneet, Gunpreet, Harikesh, Astik. Where is Shriyan today? Shriyan is not there? Yes, Shriyan. Yes, Shriyan will answer. Okay, so see, the question is, just wait, let me explain. A thick coating of a paste of a plaster of Paris. What is plaster of Paris? That is commonly known as POP. Does anyone know what is POP?
मैम जो फ्रैक्चर्ड आर्म पर लगता है
Okay, so you might have seen the plaster. जब किसी को चोट लग जाती है, so the doctor, if there is a crack in the bone, or there is a defect in the bone, so that plaster is there put up on the arm or the leg wherever it is required. So that plaster is made up of POP. Otherwise, you have seen in the houses also, in the ceiling also, if there are designs in the ceilings, so that are also made of POP. Okay, plaster of Paris, because when we add water in the POP, first it is in the powdered form. Okay, so it is in the powdered form originally, but when you mix it with water, it becomes solid hard. It becomes very hard on drying. And once it is dried, it cannot be reversed. It cannot, you cannot bring it back into the powdered form. Okay, yes, Riyan, now can you tell the answer, because I've already told.
Ma'am, it cannot be reversed and
Yes.
it is a permanent change.
Yes. And hardening of POP is an reversible
Chemical
or
change.
irreversible. It is an irreversible change. Okay. So plaster of Paris POP is applied over a bandage or on a fractured bone. It becomes hard on drying to keep the fractured bone immobilized. So why this POP, plaster of Paris, is used to cover the fractured bone? Because that bone need to be firm. Okay, it needs to be firm for some period of time so that there is no movement in that arm. So that's why that PO plaster is wrapped around that arm, so that it becomes immobilized. Immobilized means there is no movement. Okay, so no movement means that arm cannot move properly because of the plaster, so that gives the arm a grip and a good healing. Okay, so recovery is, you can say, better and earlier than if you do not use plaster on the fractured bone. So yes, can the change in POP be reversed? You will again, you will make 3 points, as I told you that first should be the immediate answer. Okay, one will be the immediate answer of the question that is asked. Which is the question that is asked? Can the change in POP be reversed? You'll write no. The change occurred in POP cannot be reversed. First point. Second point, I told you, you will write why. Why it cannot be reversed? Because on adding water, the POP becomes hard and undergoes a permanent change. Okay, second you will tell that why it cannot be reversed. On adding water, it becomes hard and undergoes permanent change. And third point will be your the scientific facts that is involved in this question. Okay, so then you will write that hardening of POP is an irreversible change. So again 3 points you will write again. Okay, fine. Now question number 7, who will read?
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am, may I?
Number 7.
Ma'am, may I?
Ma'am, may I?
Will read. Yes, Astik.
A bag of cement lying in the open gets wet due to rain during the night. The next day, the sun shines brightly.
May I?
Do you think the changes which have occurred in the cement could be reversed?
Okay. So we'll tell the answer.
Ma'am, may I answer?
Answer will be told by Manat Chopra. Yes, Manat. Yes, Manat.
In this case, the changes cannot be reversed. This is because the cement that hardens up after getting wet cannot be contained back.
Yes. So you can say it is a permanent change. Okay. Wetting
Yes.
of the cement is a permanent change and it cannot be reversed. So again, you will write that. So I hope all of you know that cement, once it becomes wet, so then it sets and it becomes permanent. It sets because you know the houses, the buildings are made from cement and they are very strong. So this cement, when adding water and sand, so it becomes hard and it becomes a permanent change which cannot be reversed. So even after rainfall or something, whatever is coming, so then the cement does not change its form. So it remains in the same form. So a bag of cement, you will write first the immediate answer. What is the immediate answer? That no, the changes occurred in the cement cannot be reversed. Why it cannot be reversed? Then you will write on getting wet, the cement becomes hard and undergoes permanent change. And lastly, you will write that the hardening of the cement is an irreversible change. Clear? So with this, we have done the question answers, discussed also. Now you tell me if any doubt is there. Now one video is left that was still pending from the last to last class. I want to cover that. Examples. Yes. Anyone? If you have any doubt, then only raise hands, otherwise lower your hands. Okay, then we can play the video. Fine? Okay, then let me just. So watch it carefully, then I will ask you questions from that. We can cover it today. And all of you fill your attendance form also, okay? Don't forget to fill the attendance. Network is slow, it will take time. Just hang on. happen? Is it audible or not?
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Okay.
This is audible.
Solve it carefully. Solving of stable salted water, physical. Cutting the papers is also a physical thing. Wow, yummy chocolate. Melting of chocolate is also a physical thing. Bending of metals. Okay, it is also known as ducting. Ductile property of the metals. If you can bend the metals, it is also a physical change. Binding of sugar is also a physical change. Water cycle, all these stuff, evaporation, condensation, runoff, and heating and cooling, ice cream, making of glass, touching of cookies, also because in all these there is no any substance formed. Okay, if you observe them carefully, no substance is there. Cutting of wood. Now comes the chemical change. What is meant by the chemical change? It is a change in the shape and the structure of a substance, giving a new substance with new properties. This means that the new substance can't be returned back to its original state. Example, burning of sugar. Rotting of foods. It is also undesirable change. Okay, you can group them in your mind. See in which all groupings you can do. Chemical change, undesirable change. The sulfur, the compound, it's a non-metal. It burns like this. It has a property of burning. Burning of sulfur is also a chemical change because it is also a chemical. In carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, photosynthesis process, plants use all this as the raw materials and convert them into fat. Digestion of food in the stomach is also a chemical change. For example, dusting process, dusting of iron is also chemical change and undesirable also because we do not want to waste chemical change, making curd, yogurt, also chemical change, fermentation of bread, fireworks, also chemical change. This was okay. So we have completed the video successfully this time. Yes, Parneet, you are raising hand. Is there any doubt? Okay, so we are left with the 1.5 minute. Now quickly, I'll ask you the question from this only. Okay, the first one, melting of chocolate is a physical or chemical change? Aztecs experience. Yes, Aztec. You have to raise your hands. You have to raise your
Ma'am,
hands.
physical change.
Ma'am,
Very
physical
good.
change.
Okay, bending of metals. Shriyan.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Bending of metals. Bending of metals.
Ma'am, bending of metals. Ma'am, physical change.
Yes, very good. Okay, rusting of iron. Nitish. Nitish, rusting of iron. Nitish, rusting of iron is which type of change?
Ma'am, physical change.
Physical change, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is a
Ma'am, chemical change.
yes,
Chemical change.
chemical change, not a physical change. Okay. Then dissolving of salt in the sugar. Uh, Anshpreet Kaur. Anshpreet Kaur. Anshpreet Kaur.
Ma'am, what is the question?
Question is dissolving salt in the sugar in the water. Dissolving salt in water, physical or chemical change?